But the next two on the list we've got Goldson and Tav, and I know some people are going to have them up and down this list, but for me, Goldson, if I could put him somewhere between average and poor, for me, I think Goldson is the worst centre-half between the four. Here we go on to the captain. I'm being harsh, and I am honestly going to put him in that get-rid category, because I just do not think he has the mentality to play for Rangers at all, and hey, I would love him to prove us wrong and come out, stay here, and be fantastic next season, bring us 55, all that. I'll happily sit here and go, wow, Reece, you look like an absolute mug. But for now, I don't think he's got it in him, but I would love to be proved wrong. Well, I suppose it's only right to sit here and say, wow, Steely, you look like an absolute mug. But what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and this is going to be an updated video. We've done this for the end of last season, the 1920 season, so I'm now going to do it again for the 2021 season, and I just seen from that clip at the start there, I think my opinion might have changed on a few players. So we're doing it a little bit different this year. We've got Dalus on screen with us this time as well. He's done all the watch-alongs with us, watched every game throughout this season, so I thought it'd be good to have him on and have another opinion besides mine as well. But yeah, like I was saying, this might be a little bit different of opinions than we had last year. Of course, us now being Invincibles, champions of Scotland, carrying Scotland's European coefficient. It's been a good season, I think that's safe to say, Dallas, right?
Definitely. I mean, 55, it's came. You saw how much it meant to everyone with all the celebrations and everything. The team have played absolutely fantastic, and a fair few players this season may have turned some opinions around on them. So I'm curious to see how it will be different.
Right, so let's not keep people waiting anymore, and you'll see right away. I'm just going to pull up last year's. Don't want to give too much of a spoiler. Just doing this one quickly. Last year I had star player, good, average, poor, get rid. That type of thing on screen, and this year we're not going to have anyone like a poor category because no one was poor this year, let's put it that way. I've got star player, best of the rest, good, and we were talking before this, it's going to be difficult not to just throw everyone in that star player, so it might seem like we're being harsh to some people. Anyway mate, starting this off, our field. This season,
Up in Canada,
he's not been involved constantly in the starting 11. Something that springs to mind for me right away is squad player. I definitely wouldn't have him star player or best at the rest. So it's between your good and squad player for me, but with the amount of times that he's actually played this season, just to try and not clog up the higher ones that we've got, I would probably go for squad player, unless you've got anything different.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. I think he's been good when he's played. If he'd played more regularly, I'd say put him in good, but I can't disagree because the way he's been used, that has very much been in that squad rotation.
Squad player it is. 50 grand, Glenn Kamara up next.
Do we even need to say it?
It's... These ones are interesting as well. See, the ones that you've got a few players in a similar position. So, like, I think Kamara has got to be either star player or best at the rest. I think
he's star player.
If I put him in best of the rest, am I being a bit too harsh to him? But then did Davis, who played most of the season as well, does Davis get in there? Because he won quite a few of the Player of the Year awards, John Gregg award. But I honestly think Kamara has been every bit as good as him. But I don't want to jump the gun talking about Davis too early, but I think for now we'll just go with Kamara star player.
Kamara goes star player for me, definitely.
Okay, moving on to Hadji. Last year I'm pretty sure I had him in star player. His assists, his numbers for the amount of games that he did actually play this season was great. Do I think he's a star, or do I think he's best of the rest? I think good is too low for Hadji. The numbers have been brilliant for the times that he's played this season, so I would probably have him best of the rest.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair to say. I mean, obviously it's difficult with the calibre of the squad stepping up. He's kind of just faded into the pack now. He's not really been that standout player. He's been very, very good, don't get me wrong, but so's the rest of the team, so he's kind of just faded back in line with like some of our top players, but I wouldn't say he's been standout, so yeah, best of the rest.
Okay, our next one here is, believe this is Fridge. So, interesting thing with Fridge, because again you don't want to talk about other people that are coming up in the list. But with it just being a loan, as we're recording this, it's not confirmed whether he's getting renewed, whether he's going to be staying at Derby, whatever happens there. So as we're recording this, he should just be coming back to Rangers. So with another man coming up who's in a similar position as him is Simpson, you've got Katic coming back as well. But personally, it might be giving a bit away for what we think of Simpson a bit later on, but we've kind of spoken about this before. I think Edmondson is better than Simpson from what we've seen. So if the main three centre-backs, well, this season anyway, have been Balogan, Helander, Goldson, Katic coming back into that mix, for me, he's either got to be squad player or get rid. But do you need 5 centre-halves at the club? But he's young, he's developing.
I don't know.
See, I feel like somewhere in between.
I'm borderline. Yeah, I don't know what to pick.
I'm stuck in between. I'm going to shove him in squad player for now, but
yeah, if we need to move him down later, we can.
Yeah,
but squad player for now.
Okay, Scotty, right then. Mr. Follad's had a dream. His favourite. He would have him in star player all day. But for us here, from what we've seen, we can't have him in star player yet. It very well could be next season from the glimpses that we've seen. For me, it's good. Again, I think he definitely has the potential to be up into that best of the rest or star player from what we've seen. But I think getting quite a bit of game time, I can see him in good for me.
Obviously, he's been at the club half a season, but he did look very, very good. But I think it would be a bit of a disservice to the rest of the team to put him up in that best of the rest right now. Again, don't get me wrong, like you said, I think he's got that star player quality in future, but for now, he's been good. We'll leave it at that.
So, McGregor this year, I had him just under star player. But that season there, he was definitely better this season than he was the season before. So, I think it's only right to move him from the performance there to have him in star player.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
I mean, people say, "Oh, how can you have him in star player when his defence done?" Like some of the saves he made are what got some of those saves saved our invincible season.
Definitely.
He's been fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, as much as I've had my debate about McLaughlin and stuff like that, but he's been outstanding. So, star player.
Well, next one for us here is Firthy Boy, and to avoid this video being too long, staunch guy self, we'll put him in squad player. Yeah. Squad player, move on.
Yeah.
Morelos, I think this could be another quick debate, mate. Well, it's not really going to be a debate, is it? Morelos goes into star player. Arguably the best. Yeah, I would arguably have him here if there was another tier. I honestly think he's that good. I think he's got levels to go up again. Praying we can hold on to him in the summer and see what he's like in the Champions League. And I think that's all we need to say.
I'm looking forward to seeing him in Champions League, yeah.
The next one, Jermaine Defoe. Interesting. Last year I had him in the middle. But his goals to game ratio again has been fantastic. I feel like
in the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goals to game.
Because I don't know why I put him in squad rotation player, because obviously that's kind of what he is right now, but I feel like I'm being a bit too harsh for him, because if Morelos wasn't here, let's put it this way, if Morelos wasn't here, Defoe would be good to be starting 20 plus games a season.
Yeah.
Definitely. Not quite star player. Maybe a couple of years ago he definitely would have been a star player with some extra movement, but he's still got it, he's still so sharp.
Yeah.
I'm stuck between... Honestly, I think it's harsh not putting him in best of the rest, but...
We'll see how things level out at the end, and if we need to bump him up, we can bump him up.
Have him in good for now.
But, yeah.
So, on to Kemar Roof, who has had hot and cold spells, but when he's been hot, he has been hot. He almost tipped Tav at the end of the season to be the SPFL top scorer. Is he better than Defoe? They're very different.
They're very different, that's the thing.
I think my judgment always gets clouded with Roof because of that wonder goal. It's got UEFA goal of the season. I've seen that announced, but
Europa League. Yep.
It should be getting the Puskás award as well. Where do we put him? Where do we? Honestly, this is a
See,
similar
for
debate.
me-
He's had a lot more game time, but
For me, I'd need to put him in good with Defoe now. And hear me out, right? I would put him in best of the rest, but like you said, he's had hot and cold spells. Like if he had hot spells and then he just played average, fair enough. But he's had really good spells, and then there's times where he's looked lost on the pitch. So it's like for me, he's been good, but he's not had that level of consistency to be best of the rest. But I don't know, then you've got to compare it to Hadji as well, because we see Hadji out in the right sometimes and Roof got played in it. This is where it gets complicated. I don't know. Oh, no.
well, he's staying
I
with
don't
us
know.
for now. We'll revisit it. Bonner,
Yeah.
for me, the numbers, the clean sheets, the man goes in best of the rest. I think some
Best
people
of
would
the
argue for star player. I definitely think some people would argue
Yeah.
that, but
I mean, he's the only Rangers player that made it into the Europa 11.
I don't know how a couple of other players never got in it, to be fair, but
Oh, no, I know.
he deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Best of the rest, and moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Stewart. See, I think we could be having our first.
Sorry,
get round
Gaffer.
here. I know.
Sorry.
Sorry, Greg. For me,
Gaffer will be sitting watching this like, what?
we don't see enough of the behind the scenes. We know Defoe played a massive impact on people behind the scenes as well in the training ground and that. I just don't know what Stewart would be passing on. I think we've got a lot better players that can come in as a squad rotation player. For me, I wouldn't be sad to see him go in the summer.
Nah. It's one of those ones where he might be a future talent, but he's just not really done enough to justify it. So
Our next one is Simpson. Again, for me, going to have so many centre backs coming back. Katic on form,
It's
fighting
just
for a
harsh.
start spot.
Yeah.
Edmondson in there as well, who again we say we think is a bit better than him. For me, thank you for coming in on a loan when we were quite low in numbers at points in centre backs in this season with injuries. But for me, thank you and goodbye to Jack Simpson.
I mean, for me, it's one of those ones where it's like he probably was better than most centre backs in the league, but
no hard.
it wasn't better than anyone we've got at Rangers for me. So it's like we've got enough already. I mean, including Fridge, it would be 5. So yeah, we don't need 6. Get rid.
Big Philip Harlander. See, my thoughts on this is there's a certain someone coming up next to him who has to be at the top of the centre back list this year. So, big man's got to go in best of the rest.
Best of the
For
rest.
now,
Yeah,
for
I'd
me.
say that's fair.
And then we've just spoke about it there. My player of the year, Connor Goldson, has to go into star player.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
we made a bit of a mockery about it. Well, I put a little clip at the start of what I thought about Goldson last year, having him in that poor category. Pie in my face, Mr. Goldson, welcome to star player, and well done for proving me and a lot of people wrong.
Definitely.
Cedric Itten.
A squad player for me.
He's not getting good. He's no the
No.
levels of Defoe and Roof, so he has to be below them. I'm not wanting to chuck him out, but I really need to start seeing a lot more from him. Other people, again, football's game opinions. If he doesn't get his act together at the start of next season or whenever he gets his chances, he could very well be in get rid, but at the same time, the goals that he scored before, it's a different environment, different expectations. He's just not hit the type of heights that we'd have liked to have seen with the chances that he's got.
No, not yet.
I think get rid's definitely too harsh, but squad rotation player for now.
I'd give him squad rotation player this year and again, like you said. If we don't see that improvement, then it might be time to start debating. But
McLaughlin, best of the rest.
Best of the rest.
When he's been in,
he's been fantastic when he's been in.
he's been great when he's been in. It's just literally a shame that McGregor's at the club right now. I've got no doubts that as soon as McGregor goes, we won't be looking for a new keeper because McLaughlin will step up and be the number one.
Definitely.
Patterson, no star.
See, for me, he came in, he filled in very well for Tav. He got some nice goals. His play's been really good.
I'd tell you, in 2, maybe 3 seasons max, he's going to be up here.
He'll be
I'll
star
tell you.
player. Yeah.
I think it's alright for now. He's got room to go up. We'll put him in
We'll
good.
leave him in good for now. I'd maybe lean slightly more towards best of the rest personally, but I'll leave him in good.
He was brilliant. Aribo,
Yeah.
best of the rest for me. quite similar to Hadji, but Aribo got more game time. I think Aribo, his work rate was brilliant throughout the year. What he, like, not only goals and assists that he brings, everything, the space, the assist of the assister, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
See, for me personally, like, you know, I've been a big fan of Aribo this season. For me, I'd have Aribo in star player.
Glenn Middleton as our next one here. Still at St Johnstone for now, doing well in that final. But I don't know. I've not actually went and watched him enough for St Johnstone to see if he's changed from that one-dimensional left foot, hit it and go. If he could cut inside, this has been said numerous times about Middleton, but if he could cut inside, he has another level to go on his game. But for me personally,
Get red right now.
Yeah. I think we've just got enough in that position. We've got Sakala coming in as well. He's not on this list. But him coming in, you've got Aribo who plays wide as well. I don't know, Wright's there as well, and I'd have Wright all day from what I've seen over Middleton. Maybe harsh to him, wishing him all the best, but for me he's in the get rid category.
I mean, that's the thing as well, though. It's like every other player that plays that position, we've seen they've got multiple dimensions to their play. With Middleton, last time we saw him properly, like, it was just so one-dimensional. It's hard to justify him being in over anyone else.
Barker.
Get red for me as well, yeah.
We'll see you every Friday, mate. Katic. So, I feel like it's harsh for me. I can't put him on the level of Phil for now, just because Phil's been very good from what we've seen. We don't know what Katic's going to be like when he comes back from his injury. I would have him in here because I honestly think once he's back, he genuinely will fight for a start position. But you can't really put him best the rest for now, can you?
It's difficult to place him when he's not really played.
Calvin, squad rotation.
Squad player.
There's still a lot left, but I've got there really now. The main team in it. Jacko.
He's between squad player and good. I think he's very, very good defensively.
Davis and Kamara are in Odi in front of him for me, sorry. Is squad rotation too harsh for Ryan Jack? Probably is.
It's one of those ones with how injury prone he is with his knee, especially with international duty and stuff like that. He always seems to come back injured. I don't know. I think if we can get his medical issues sorted out, he'd be up best of the rest. But for now, good. I'd say good.
Cav, again, egg in the face,
player,
totally turned it around. Star player, well done. Hopefully he keeps that up when the fans are back in next season. Leon Balogan, personally I think he's every bit as good as Hollander. Like, they've got different attributes, but best of the rest for me.
Yeah.
Davo.
Best of the rest for me. I wouldn't say he's star player.
Can't really. It's difficult.
It's like you look at the people in star player, and for me, he's not on their level. Like, people say, "Oh, you mad? He's miles better than Kamara." For me, I think Kamara's play style was a lot better. I think Kamara's a lot more technically gifted. Like, the thing I'd give Davo over Kamara is his passing. Davo's passing's unreal, and obviously his desire to like play, win the ball, and he's I don't know, but Kamara for his age, how much we got him for and everything, he's just low. I'd put him above Davo for me, but yeah.
I'm wanting a new category. I don't know, man. I don't know.
There's been a few that we need a new category.
Comments. I'm sitting him in here for now. Let us know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where do you think he deserves to be? I'm sure there'll be a lot of comments down below saying, "How have you got this person in this one? He should be here. He should be there." I'm sorry. Right, next. Zungu. See you, mate. Ken.
Yep. No.
There. Straight in.
Yeah.
You going best for the rest again here?
I don't know. Not because this is the thing. I loved Kent. Kent was fantastic. He had a little bit of a dry spell, which, like, for me, it's like the people in star player haven't really had a dry spell this season. Kent, that middle bit of the season looked a little lackluster. He needed to be benched a couple of times to kind of get that drive back. So I don't think he's been consistent enough for star player, but I still do think he's been leaps and bounds ahead of 90% of people. So it's difficult. It's very difficult.
Dallas is on the fence again. Star man for me, Kenty boy this season. We've actually went quite symmetrical here with this. We've actually split it up quite well, considering how good, well, really the squad has been this season. This is a duplicate Burner. We don't need to put him in case anyone's wondering who that guy is, in case we're absolutely forgetting about him. But interesting. So last year we had only 4. I had Hadji up at the star player. I've got him moved down 1 for now. I had Jack up there who's been put right down, but I think that injuries have a big part to play in that. Alfie and Kent have stayed in there for me. Who else have we got in here? Some of my opinions are a bit controversial now when you look back at it. I had Fridge away up here, as again, okay, laugh at me. Goldson and Tav waiting here to pour and get rid. And again, just to reiterate, I stand by that, call me crazy, but I'll hold my hands up and say they've been absolutely fantastic this season, said it countless times. I just hope they can continue these type of performances once the fans are back in. But at the time, for the defensive ability surrounding the mistakes the two of them are making, honestly, I would stand by it.
That's fair enough.
Out of the get-rids, I've got Barker still in get-rid, Ojo and Flanagan who did leave, future starters. You've got McCrory who's away, which I'm quite gutted about as the defensive destroyer midfielder. Patterson who really is coming into that role now. Hasty away, Middleton could be going away, Jamie's away, so yeah, out of them Patterson is the one that's came right through from that. But going back to our list then, mate, we sticking on that then? Squad rotations?
I'm just looking through and trying to see if there's anyone I think that deserves to be above or below anyone in that same category.
It's hard, honestly, it's hard not to put everyone in star player like we said this time.
The only one maybe I'd say is Roof. It's a very difficult one this season, but keep it at that. Lock it in. That's it.
Locked in. Final answers. So, guys, let us know down in the comments where you would rank people in this. Tell us if you think we're right or wrong for some of these opinions. And thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.
Quickly as well, just in case anyone's wondering about Jordan Jones, for whatever reason when we were actually recording the video, his picture never popped up in the little tier list maker that we made, and it's not until I've come in to edit it now that I've realised that he's not there. So him as well, just finishing his loan at Sunderland, coming back, his contract is expiring. So it looks as if with his relationship with Gerrard, it's never always been, I think it's quite safe to say that the two of them haven't always seen eye to eye. Gerrard's commenting on his attitude at times as well. I think it's safe to say Jones will be in that get-rid category. But to be fair to him, he has looked good down at Sunderland, and I'm sure he will still have a successful career down in England. Just as a thanks to Dalus for coming on to this as well, I'll leave the links on where you can find him down below in the description as well. But as always, guys, thank you. We'll see you in the next one.